With spring, it's always a good time to keep up with your plant care and make sure you're doing everything you need to do to keep your plants healthy. So I'm just gonna go along with what I do in the springtime to make sure my plants get a good boost. Right now I'm gonna start by uppotting any plants that are outgrowing their plant pots. I just have a few to do to start, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I'm gonna be uppotting this plant right here. I think this is my Philodendron Hope plant. I'm going to be putting it from this plant pot to one that's just a bit bigger right here. These are both plant pots I made myself, which is nice. What I like to do is I like to have a big container that I'm going to be doing everything in. If I'm doing this in the house, I try to always do this outside if it's nice out. Then I also always have some water, my dirt that I'm going to be using. I try to let the plant be a little bit dried out when I'm uppotting, just because it makes it a little bit easier. Usually it'll slide out of the plant pot rather than you having to rummage through all the dirt. I'm going to grab some potting dirt mix, and then I'm going to hydrate that soil with a bit of water. If you don't hydrate the soil before you're putting that soil into your plant pot, it just makes it a little bit trickier when you're trying to compact it down. So by hydrating that soil beforehand, it just makes it super easy. Alright, now I'm going to move this one into the plant pot that we just took the other one out of. I've decided to do one more really quick. So now that I've finished uppotting all my plants that need bigger pots, I am now going to move on to helping control the insects, because with warmer weather brings lots and lots of creatures and bugs. So I use these systemic granules. It's an insect control. This is a nice brand right here because it has like a almost like a seasoning type of container where you can you don't have to use a spoon is all I'm saying. So you have two options. I usually walk around and I will just shake this on all my plants, and then I will stir up the soil just to make sure it gets a little bit mixed in. I also like to make sure that I'm going to be watering my plants right after I'm putting this on to make sure it all gets mixed in as quickly as possible. After treating everything for insects, I then move on to usually the next cycle that I water. So in a week from now, I will put on this nutrients pack to make sure I put some fertilizer on all my plants, because there's tons of growth opportunity during springtime and summertime. So you want to jump on that before it kind of gets stunted a little too much. You can put this on whenever you want, but I was just thinking it makes more sense to do it right at the beginning of spring to prep your plants to get ready for growth. For this I use the brand Keep It Simple. I just take a spoon and then I just lightly put a little bit on the topsoil, and again I'll mix it in to make sure my plants get that nutrients as best as they can. After I've repotted everything, I have fertilized it and I have put my insecticides. Is that what you call them? I don't know. That sounded right, but anyway. After I've done those three things, I then just prune anything that looks a little bit yellow or looks like it's not really doing well on the plant, just to make sure the plant is putting its energy in the right place and not trying to fix something that is just going to keep dying slowly over time. Overall, this can take a long time to do if you have a ton of plants like I do. I just try to dedicate one day to doing everything all at once just to make it go by a little bit easier for me, and that's always helped for me. If you have any questions, for sure put them in the comments down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. A little bit of a side note, but look at how much growth my Philodendron Brazil is having right now. It's insane. There's like 7 different growth points.